man developed a technology that allowed them to settle permanently into larger communities, and this changed the course of history forever. This development led to the rise of powerful kings and caused some problems and solved some problems for hunter-gatherers who lived in a cruel world. Some of the first permanent settlements were built in the Fertile Crescent in Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia means the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. In Greek, the word Mesopotamia means land between two rivers. In this list, I will discuss 5 terms: Paleolithic, Neolithic, domestication, agriculture, and trade. The first term is Paleolithic. The Paleolithic Age means Old Stone Age, and the word derives from Greek. During this time, people lived as nomads and got their food from hunting animals and gathering plants. The Old Stone Age began about 2 million years ago with the first tool-making hominids and continued until the invention of agriculture. Going from place to place did not give early man time to focus on their tasks. Because of this, civilization did not develop. It took a new invention to make civilization rapidly advance. The second term I will discuss is the Neolithic Age. By around 8,000 years before Christ, people developed methods of cultivating the land and raising animals. The Paleolithic Age means New Stone Age, and it derives from a Greek word. This is a period that started with the development of agriculture. People during this time settled in areas where it was easy to grow crops and herd animals. The Neolithic Age ended around 3,000 years before Christ, when people learned to make tools out of metal. The next term on the list is domestication. Many people confuse the term domestication and taming. To tame an animal is different from domesticating an animal. For example, a tiger can be tamed but not domesticated. Domestication means to train a wild animal to be useful for humans. Goats, sheep, and cattle were among some of the first animals that were domesticated. Can you guess what the first animal was to be domesticated? You guessed it, man's best friend, the dog. The first animal humans domesticated was probably the dog because it followed hunter-gatherers around for easy access to food. Fourth on the list is agriculture. Agriculture is composed of 2 things. First, domestication of animals, and second, the farming of crops. This allowed people to have a stable control of the food supply. They left less to chance or the whims of nature. Agriculture allowed humans to form permanent settlements. Early man did not have to live as nomads anymore. Being a nomad means you move from place to place with no permanent shelter. Cooperation was needed for agriculture because people had to divert water to keep their crops alive. Also, permanent settlements made towns vulnerable to attack. Another thing that agriculture caused was the spread of disease, because people were in closer contact to animals and to each other. And the last item on the list of how humans went from being hunter-gatherers to farmers is trade. Trade is the act of buying or selling items. Trade began to flourish during the Neolithic Age because people wanted what they did not have in their own town or region. Craftspeople became skilled at making things beautiful and strong. They needed traders to gather resources and to sell their products. Popular trading items in the early part of the Neolithic Age were flint and obsidian. Trade helped spread ideas and knowledge through the ancient world, and society began to advance rapidly. In summary of the Neolithic Age, I covered 5 important terms. I covered Paleolithic, Neolithic, domestication, agriculture, and trade.